Hello, FRYSC coordinators. Welcome to our Standards webinar series. I am Melissa Goins, Director of the Family Resource and Youth Services Center program.
And I am MaryAnn Jennings, Assistant Director of the Family Resource and Youth Services Center program.
So MaryAnn and I wanted to take a few minutes today to talk to you about why we felt that having standards, adopting standards, was an important accomplishment for our program. The development of standards is a significant accomplishment for our field of practice, putting us in the same league as healthcare, childcare, education, and other fields that have long had standards. It's important for all of us to spend our time and efforts doing what works, and our adopted standards of practice include proven strategies for family support. Our standards were adopted by our national organization, the National Family Support Network, in 2013 from a team of leaders in our field that came together and agreed that we need some consistent practices that work across our field. Family Resource and Youth Services Centers had our own representative, Mike Denny, at the table in the developmental phase, and Randall Campbell, a FRYSC coordinator in Western Kentucky, had a seat at the table for the recent update, which allowed us to have input and ensure that it relates back to the FRYSC mission and vision. Local flexibility is always going to be a strength of the FRYSC program. Having standards of practice for all FRYSCs will help ensure that while we may meet the needs of families and students differently, we will all be committed to quality.
One of the ways that we've discussed using the standards of quality is with your advisory council. Our advisory councils serve many roles. They're advocating, they're working with accountability, and they're guiding our program. The standards of quality support your advisory council in all of these areas. They give the advisory council language to share information about not only the work that you're doing, but that your center is performing at a high level. Discussing your programming in the terms of the standards of quality allows your council to hear about your work and to help determine areas of growth. And finally, the standards of quality help guide discussions about your school community, their needs, and how the center can meet them. So when we look at the next steps of our standards of quality, we're going to continue to work them into the fabric of their program. They're a part of what Family Resource and Youth Services Centers do. Quality standards are not intended to be a one-time event or a one-time discussion. They're ongoing with our Family Resource and Youth Services Centers. Our centers base our programming on core and optional components and that local need that Melissa talked about. That's what we do in our centers. And then our quality standards build on that. And we're focusing on how we accomplish our goals and at high levels.
So thank you for participating in this webinar. Just you being here shows your commitment to the growth of your center and your practices as a coordinator for the Family Resource and Youth Services Center program.